Hello and welcome to my review of Stillborn by Guadalupe Nettel. When I went into this book, I was expecting a story about a grieving mother who has given birth to a stillborn baby. However, this book is so much more than that. It's about motherhood, it's about friendship, it's about what it means to be maternal when you don't actually have a child of your own. In this book, we follow two women in their 30s, Alina and Laura. Laura is adamant that she doesn't want children, so she decides to undergo sterilization. Alina, however, decides she wants to have a baby with her partner. She falls pregnant, and unfortunately, halfway through her pregnancy, she's told that her baby will die. Throughout the book, we get to experience so much of the emotional turmoil of being a parent. Some of the thoughts that you would never dare to say out loud are voiced in this story. When she finds out that she's having a difficult pregnancy, she says, "Why has this happened? Is it bad luck? Is it my fault? Is it because of my genes or Aurelio's, or a mixture of the two? What should I have done differently? Why did I get pregnant? How am I going to tell my parents?" Among many, many more. I think that encapsulates really well how an individual can blame themselves when something goes wrong with their child. Whilst the protagonist, Laura, decides not to have children, we do get to see such a maternal side to her, especially with her neighbour's son, who is, I think, about 8 years old, and she has such a beautiful relationship with him. Through the narrative of Laura, we get to see how maternal she is, how loving she is, how caring she is, even though she does not have a child of her own. This book is not a traditional book on motherhood. In fact, it's a book about grief, about responsibility, about hidden fears surrounding motherhood, what it means to have a sick child, what it means to help support someone with a traumatized child. This is such a beautiful book on the human condition, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I absolutely adore reading books on the human condition. This book does such a great job of highlighting the fears that we have as women when we are pregnant and something goes wrong. I gave this 4.5 stars just because the last couple of pages added a new element to it which wasn't carrying throughout the story, so it just didn't marry up with the rest of the story. It's such a beautiful, well drafted story on motherhood, and I highly recommend it.